Hey, what's up, beauties? Listen, I want you to say it this morning. I am a beauty and I am destined for greatness. I want you to speak that. I want you to claim who you are. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are worthy of amazing opportunities to happen for you. And I want you to claim it on today that you are a beauty destined for greatness. I am a beauty destined for greatness. Hello, everyone. My name is Sherry. I just wanted to get on really quick and just give you, tell you a few different things that I did. I'm going to give you 3 different things that I did to help me build my credit score, right? Listen, some of you may know my story. Some of you may know that, me building my business was me building my business because of me struggling with my own credit, right? Listen, after divorce, I experienced homelessness. I experienced really having a tough time really trying to figure out how I was going to pretty much be able to navigate in life, how to get an apartment, not how to get an apartment, but I couldn't approve for an apartment application because my credit was so jacked up, which caused me to experience homeless for a period of time in my life, right? And me fixing my credit was the reason why I wanted to become a resource and to build my business. I pretty much build my business off of me being my first client. I build my business from me being my first client, me working on my credit score, me working on my credit, me kind of really doing some different things to take my credit score from a 523 well over now in over 700 figures, like 700 digits. My credit score, listen, I know what it is to constantly was hearing denied, nope, not approved. I know what that felt like, and I got tired of it. I got tired of feeling like that, man, like this is what life is going to be for me. I can't get an apartment. I can't approve for a little personal loan. Like I can't even get, I just couldn't. I had no help. I felt like, I couldn't get no help, no resources or whatever. And it took for me getting tired enough of getting denied to be able to take my, to really take a look at my credit report and kind of see, I need to fix this. Like I need to figure out how can I repair or fix my own credit. So I want to give you 3 different things that I did in me raising my credit score from a 523 well over now, well in the 700 digits. The first thing I did is I took an inventory of my debt. I went to Credit Karma. Before I found out about other credit monitoring avenues and other things, I went to Credit Karma first. Credit Karma gives you access to your Equifax report and it gives you access to your TransUnion report. I went to Credit Karma. I started looking at my credit reports and I started looking at all of these accounts that were on there, accounts that were closed, collection accounts, charged off accounts. I started kind of adding up balances and seeing what needed to be owed or what needed to be paid. And I just kind of started just disputing. I just kind of started creating my own letters and I started disputing. Now, I first started disputing online. I did first start before I really took the boldness to say, well, let me try to write a dispute letter. My first attempt was doing it online a few times. Now, the online method, it didn't really work. The online method didn't really work. I felt like I was doing the online, disputing certain things online, and I would get like a letter back from the credit bureau, the vague letter that they normally will send out stating that these accounts are valid, these accounts have been verified, right? And I didn't really know what to do with that. So I'm like, well, dang, I'm disputing. They say you could dispute what's on your credit report, but nothing's happening. Like, they're not even, I don't even feel like they're investigating. I don't even feel like they're really taking the steps to verify if this is my account, right? So I did start by disputing online, which didn't work. I don't recommend disputing online. I definitely started to dispute when I started to dispute and kind of just create my own letters and write simple letters about the item that I wanted to dispute, pretty much asking them to be able to verify and pretty much mail me back the proof of my signature on me signing for this account. When I really started to, and I didn't do long drawn out letters, I just did simple letters that I pretty much explained in the letter the account that I was disputing. I put in the account number. I put in the amount that it said on my credit report that I've owed, explained that I never applied for this account. I don't know how this got on my credit report. I need this to be removed. Simple. I started off like that. I didn't know what I was doing. I just started off like that, simple verbiage, and started disputing, right? I started getting responses back. I started getting things back. And then I would try again. I would try again and dispute the same account. I would send another letter, change up the verbiage a little bit or whatever, still in the beginning stages, still don't really know what I'm doing, change it up a little bit, and then I would get a little bit more bolder in my verbiage, and I would send it out and I would send it again, and then I would get responses back or whatever. I made up in my mind that I was going to be consistent with trying to dispute these accounts that were on my credit report and be consistent in this process, right? Because I wanted to see some things be removed. So the more and more I started to be consistent, the more and more I started to get better in the disputing letter writing, that's when I started to see things start to be removed from my credit report. So the first thing I did is I looked at my credit reports. I really started to take inventory of what was reporting on my credit reports, and I started to dispute. Did I know what I was doing at the beginning? Absolutely not. But I took a chance and I said, listen, I'm finna try this out. And I'm after doing the online route, because the online route didn't do anything for me. But after I did the disputing process of writing my own letters, I started to see results. The second thing I did, I started to contact some of the lenders. Some of the balances that I owed, some of the balances that was on my credit report, those were balances that I owed. I started to call some of the lenders. I started to call some of the collection agencies. I set up settlement payments. I called them and said, hey, what can I do to get this removed from my credit report? I agreed to a settlement amount. I paid it. I didn't pay it all in full. I took my time and made payments towards things. And I pretty much guarantee, I asked them for, and once I agreed upon the settlement amount, I asked for them to send me a written letter confirming of the settlement amount and confirming that they would remove this from my credit report after it's been paid in full. I did that with a few accounts on my credit reports. I did owe those balances. I owed those balances, so I called. I set up arrangements to make the payments, to get it paid off, and then I also asked them. I said, once I pay this in full, I need it to be removed from my credit report, and I asked them to send that to me in writing, confirming that they would remove it, and they did that. I paid it off in full. It took me a few months to pay it off in full. Once it was paid off in full, I gave them a moment to have it removed from my credit report. When I made the last payment, I waited 30 days. I waited 30 days. If I didn't see it removed after the 30 days, I called them again. And I said, hey, this account balance has been paid full. I paid it in full as agreed upon. I have a letter stating that it would be removed from my credit report once it was paid in full. And I had the letter. I was able to send the letter back to them, showing them that I had the proof saying that they agreed to remove it from my credit report. So I was able to send it back to them in email form. And they was like, okay, it's going to take some time. We're going to review the letter. It could take about another 30 days to see it removed from your report so we can submit it in for removal or whatever. I waited. I sent them the confirmation. I was patient. I gave them another 30 days and I started to see it be removed. That's the second thing I did. So the first thing I did was I looked at my credit reports. I took an inventory of the accounts that I've owed and I started to dispute. I started to write letters and I was consistent every 30 days when they would send me something back in the mail. And all the time I didn't get a response in the mail. So if I didn't get a response in the mail, I'm sending another letter out. But if I did get a response, I sent out another letter because it was still on my report and I needed to be removed. So the first thing I did was I took inventory. I looked at my credit reports. I saw the accounts, the negative accounts that was reporting on my credit reports, and I started to dispute and write letters. The second thing I did was I started to call some lenders. I started to call some of the collection agencies and make payment arrangements to have negative accounts or balances that I know I owed paid off, and I had them send me a written agreement agreeing to the fact that they said that they would remove it after it was paid in full. So that's the second thing I did. The last thing I did, I got a credit card. The last thing I did was that I got a credit card. I started off with a secure credit card. I got a secure credit card. A secure credit card, for those who may not know, a secure credit card is you using your own funds to pretty much secure that credit limit. So I got a secure credit card. I put $200 on that secure credit card, and I used it for very small purchases. I used it for things like, I didn't even use it for gas, because gas to me was more than about 20-30 bucks. And I wasn't trying to spend no more than that amount on this secure credit card. So if I wanted to take my kids to McDonald's and get them a kids meal, or get my daughter a meal or something, if I wanted to get my kids something from McDonald's, I would use it at McDonald's. And when I got that statement period, so I spent up about 18 bucks or something, 20 bucks or something, or whatever, 20 something dollars. I used it for very small purchases. If I went to the store and let's say I wanted to get a soda or some chips or whatever, I spent it for very small purchases every month. I would use it only once a month for a purchase that was under $30. Like I really didn't see myself spending no more than it was really under $25, because I kept that balance as low as possible when I first got that secure credit card. For 6 months, I would use it for very small purchases under the amount of $25. I would log into my mobile app. I would look and see when the payment was due, and I paid the balance off in full. So if I used $18.50 of that credit card, I went on there and I paid it in full. The next month, I did the same thing. I used my secure credit card that had a $200 limit on there. I used it for under $25. I would go and make a purchase, and I would get the bill, go on my mobile app, see when the bill was due, and I would go and pay it on time before the due date. I did that for 6 months. After 6 months, my bank they upgraded my secure credit card to now an unsecured credit card with a higher credit limit that was well over $200. So those are the 3 things that I did. And by me being disciplined and using my credit card that way, it shot my credit score up. It shot my credit score up. Mind you, not to forget that I started to see negative accounts being removed from my credit report. So collection items, things like that were starting to be removed from my credit report, which also helped my score increase. But the real factor, the real thing that really helped me, not only, and I always say this when I'm talking to my clients, it's not just about disputing negative accounts. It's not about just getting things removed off your credit report, but it's about how you're using credit. It's about how you're paying your bills. It's about making sure that those credit card balances are staying under 30%. So my rule of thumb for my clients and for myself when I first started is that I wanted my credit card balance to be less than 15%. I mean, I wanted my credit utilization to be I want it to be under 15% of what the credit limit was. So those are some of the things that I did to build my credit score from a 523 to now it's well over within the 700 digits. And I just wanted to share that because you can have a good credit score. Credit excellence is attainable. Listen, I was there. I definitely am very transparent about my credit struggles and how that I had a hard time. You know, I kept hearing denied, you know, embarrassed because I'm a hold it down and I'm out here, can't get approved for an apartment. I can't get approved for a loan. I couldn't get approved for like an auto loan. Like I know what it was to have bad credit or whatever. So those are 3 things that I did at the beginning of me starting to fix my own credit. And I just wanted to share those things with you because I want you to know that you are a beauty, you are destined for greatness, and you can have a good credit score. So I definitely hope that this video helped you, and I definitely want you to just be able to be able to just really trust your work. Trust what you are doing. If you are really trying to clean up some areas in your life, whether that's with your credit, whether that's within your finances, you know, it takes time, it takes sacrifice. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, I had to really sacrifice me wanting to go out and spend money and go out and do all of these fun things or whatever. But I really had to take a moment to, even now I have a different goal. You know, even now I have a different goal where I'm trying to really work on some other goals, and it's a sacrifice. It's taking me to really kind of sit down and really sacrifice some areas because I don't want to be spending unnecessary money right now that I don't need to spend. So I just wanted to get on this morning and just encourage you and just let you know, remind you again that you are a beauty destined for greatness. And I just wanted to share a little bit of my story and some of the things that I did to raise my credit score, to get that credit approval access. And I just want you to know that you can do it too. Listen, you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.